OpenAI will use Condé Nast content and ChatGPT's responses. Streaming hit multiple new viewership records in July. And Anova will charge customers to use its sous vide app because, well, everything must be a subscription. It's Wednesday, August 21st, and this is Engadget News. Condé Nast, the media conglomerate that owns publications like The New Yorker, Vogue, and Wired, has announced a multi-year partnership with OpenAI to display content from Condé Nast titles in ChatGPT, as well as SearchGPT, the company's prototype AI-powered search engine. The partnership comes amid growing concerns over the unauthorized use of publishers' content by AI companies. Last month, Condé Nast sent a cease and desist letter to AI search startup Perplexity, accusing it of plagiarism for using its content to generate answers. The move makes Condé Nast the latest in a growing line of publishers who have struck deals with OpenAI. These include News Corp, Vox, The Atlantic, Time, and Axel Springer, among others. But not everyone is on board with the idea. Last year, the New York Times filed a lawsuit against OpenAI for using information from the publisher's articles in ChatGPT's responses. Condé Nast CEO Roger Lynch has been vocal about these concerns. In January, he warned that many media companies could face financial ruin by the time it would take for litigations against AI companies to conclude, and called upon Congress to take immediate action and clarify that publishers must be compensated by AI companies for both training and output if they use their content. Earlier this month, 3 senators introduced the Copied Act, a bill that aims to protect journalists and artists from having their content scraped by AI companies without their permission. Perplexity, which was recently accused by Forbes and Wired of stealing content, now plans to share a portion of potential advertising revenues with publishers who sign up for a newly launched Publishers Program. Streaming posted another banner month in July, reaching multiple new milestones. That's according to the Gauge report from Nielsen. The big headline is that streaming was responsible for 41.4% of all TV viewing during the month. That's the highest share in the report's brief history for any viewing category, meaning streaming topped past performances for both broadcast and cable TV. The result follows on the heels of the previous record set by streaming in June. The other big success story in the July report is for YouTube. The popular video platform hosted 10% of monthly TV usage, marking the first time a single streaming service has reached a double-digit share. Multiple other streaming sites hit their own personal bests for viewing share in July. Disney Plus jumped up to 2.1% viewing, and the Roku channel hit 1.6%. There are a couple of takeaways from the range of record-setting performances in July. For starters, the gauge only tracks viewing that happens on a TV screen, meaning no mobile or laptop viewing is included. Last month's results show how much streaming video's presence has expanded beyond just smartphones and tablets to challenge and surpass the options of traditional broadcast and cable TV. Another notable factoid from Nielsen is that 10 different titles on streaming platforms surpassed 1 billion minutes of viewing in the first full week of July, another record. 7 different streaming companies had programs on that list, and they cover a broad spectrum of genres and audiences. The lineup was led by Netflix's action flick Beverly Hills Cop Axel F., which secured 2.05 billion minutes of viewership between July 1st and July 7th. TV series Suits, available on Peacock and Netflix, came second with just shy of 1.5 billion minutes viewed. House of the Dragon on Max, Your Honor on Netflix/Paramount Plus, and The Bear on Hulu rounded out the top 5, each with more than 1.2 billion minutes viewed during that week. In other words, the next breakout hit for streaming could happen on any platform. Anova will soon start charging customers a monthly or yearly fee to use the smart features of its well-regarded sous vide cooking appliances. The subscription costs kick in on August 21st and apply to the proprietary app, which controls wireless functionality. In other words, you won't be able to remotely control the device without paying the piper. The subscription price isn't exactly exorbitant at $2 per month or $10 per year, but it's the principle of the thing. In the old days, we'd buy an object and then use that object. End of story. Now everything's a dang subscription. And yes, those previous sentences were written to be said in a cartoonish old man's voice, but the point stands. Anova says that the subscription fee will only apply to new users. If you already own an Anova cooker and use the app, the company will grandfather you in for free. However, it's now mandatory to create an account. Before this change, it was optional. If you use an Anova cooker in guest mode, get that account made pronto. These cookers can be used without the app, but then that turns them into bare-bones sous vide machines. Not that there's really anything wrong with that. The app allows for remote adjustments, access to status updates, the perusal of recipes, and more. The bad news doesn't stop there, though. Anova is stripping its first-gen products of all smart features. This applies to the Bluetooth and Bluetooth Plus Wi-Fi models of the original Anova Precision Cooker. Not even a subscription will save these devices, though the change does not go into effect until next year. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from senior editor Pranav Dixit and contributors Anna Washenko and Lawrence Bonk, and was voiced and produced by me, Steve White, from the boutique sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.